You blew your paycheck like candles on your birthday cake. Now you're frantically digging through your couch for spare change. Add some empties and you just might have enough to pay the pizza guy. He won't be happy with his tip, but you can get him next time. Who are you kidding? You're broke and need some cash, dough, cheddar, cabbage, whatever you call it. Notice how so many slang names for money have a food reference? It's like they know how desperate you are. Well, my friend, I'm here to help you out. You may already be sitting on a gold mine. Put down that sofa cushion and pay attention. There are many items you may own that are now worth a fortune. Stay around, you'll thank me later. And pizza is on you, plus a fat tip for the delivery guy. Pokemon cards. Do you have happy memories of trading cards in the schoolyard with your buds? Were you the envy of your friends as you strutted along with your rare Pokemon card? Did you spend hours sorting and counting your cards? Who would think the pocket monster cards that gave you so much joy would give you cold hard cash? For example, there was a rare Pikachu Illustrator card from 1998 that sold for $55,000. You likely won't have one of these in your collection, but a holographic Charizard? That'll net you a cool $2,000. Pokemon will be 25 years old in 2021, and the craze shows no signs of slowing down. Maybe it's time to sort through your collection once again. This time, you won't have to hide under your bed covers with a flashlight because you're a grown-up and can stay up as late as you want. Vinyl.
Just take those old records off the shelf. I sit and listen to them by myself.
Unless you've been living under a rock, you'll know there's now a new thriving market for old vinyl. Audiophiles will tell you that nothing compares to the sound and feel of music played on a phonograph. A Velvet Underground album once sold for $25,000. So, scour your attic, basement, and stairwell for these groovy discs. Can you imagine it? Your parents, grandparents were cool cats who saved up their nickels to splurge on the latest hit tunes from their favorite bands. So if your parents start complaining about the music of today and how back in their day bands played real music, be really polite and hear them out, then make sure you find out where they hid their collection. Disney VHS tapes. Do you have sweet childhood memories of being babysat by the latest Disney film while snacking on dry Cheerios? Did you shudder when the Beast first appeared and you wanted to scream at Belle to run for her life? Did you cheer when the spell broke and everyone lived happily ever after? Okay, enough reminiscing and time to check the old VHS collection. Disney is savvy in business and a bit of an imp when it comes to playing with children's fairy tale dreams. They'll often release a movie only to pull it out of circulation for years and then re-release it. But what if your parents didn't buy VHS tapes? They were hip to technology and only bought DVDs for their little prince or princess. Don't despair, even some DVD titles can now be worth a tidy sum. Be sure to check on eBay for similar items and see what they actually sold for. Ignore the asking price, cause some of these sellers are, well, maybe they're just wishing upon a star to get what they list for. Coins. Sounds ironic, right? You need money, so go look through your money. Get back to tossing that sofa and find all the coins. Collect all the jars of spare change that you have in every room. Go through your pants, coats, and bags and collect all your coins immediately. See, you may have some valuable coins clinking in your collection. Many countries use silver in their currency, and some of these are still in circulation. The value of the silver in coins is worth more than the face value of the coin. Also, it appears the mints around the world are not perfect. Kinda like, oops, I did it again of the currency world. These little mistakes, such as missing letters or upside down faces or other little errors, shoot up the value of the coin. There are collectors who would love to get their hands on your misprinted chump change. Just don't think about these rare coins that would have already passed through your fingers already. At least you know now. First edition books. Remember when Harry Potter first came out? It was so special. I remembered the book delivered on a Saturday if you pre-ordered. Who ever heard of mail on the weekend? Did you ever line up at the bookstore to be the first to have the latest read? Were you lucky enough to have a first edition and better yet, signed by the author? You, my friend, have hit the proverbial jackpot. While really old books are obviously valuable, first editions from your early reading days are now worth big bucks. Think the Twilight series, anything by J.K. Rowling and Dan Brown. A first edition of The Kite Runner, published in 2003, sold for $3,000. See? Your mom was right when she told you to quit your gaming and read a book instead. Vintage clothing. Something odd about rich folks is that they love to buy old clothes. No, I'm serious. While you and I save up our pennies to treat ourselves to new socks, rich snooty folks are gasping at each other over vintage finds. Go through your own closet and other closets if you can. Shh. and see if you can spot some designer labels. Look for vintage denim and old classic dresses. Imagine a pretty frock on some celebrity as the paparazzi shouts out, "Who are you wearing tonight?" And the response is, "Oh, it's vintage." Cha-ching. Not only did you dress a celeb, but made a boatload of cash as well. Win-win. Old magazines. Long time ago, before YouTube and TikTok, there were magazines. Real tree-killing, page-turning, glossy printed magazines. Like most collectibles, look for old magazines in great condition. The older the better, but also ones that cover a historic event or is a time capsule to a very unique period. These magazines spell big bucks. Next time you visit your 75-year-old family doctor, maybe have a discreet gander at their magazine collection. You never know, right? Movie posters. We all had them on our bedroom walls. Who needs art or sconces when you can have movie posters of your favorite movie? You know, the one that you just had to see 17 times? That was before you could stream it endlessly on Netflix. Think back to those innocent years. Do you still have these posters in your basement? If so, run. But carefully, it's the basement stairs after all, and retrieve them. Depending on the age and popularity, they could pay your streaming subscription for a year. Best part, you get to watch that movie for the 18th time now. You're welcome. Video games. You loved or still love video games. You've skipped sleep, showers, and meals just so you could play video games all night long. Sometimes until it became morning. I don't judge. After all, who hasn't, right? Now, dumb things like a job or school get in the way of your gaming. Boo! Hiss. You remember your mom saying all that gaming was bad for you and it was a waste of money? Well, moms aren't always right. If you held on to your old games and maybe a few that you never got around to opening because your addiction to Super Mario was too real, well, those old games and consoles may be worth a small fortune now. Dig out your old collection and check online for its value. Maybe there's enough to take your mom out for brunch. By the way, she misses you. Call her. PYREX dishes. Smell that? Tuna casserole? Baked beans? Scalloped potatoes? Whatever your home-cooked smell may be, forget about it and focus on the baking dish. Does your mom, grandma, aunt have an old PYREX laying around? The more it looks like it fell out of the 50s, the more valuable it is. Yes, PYREX lasts that long. Look online for the patterns that collectors vie for, and maybe it's in your cupboard. Be fair, if you find a PYREX treasure, replace it, okay? Otherwise, you may never be invited back for dinner. You don't want to miss out on mystery casserole night, right? Now that you're flush with newfound riches, what are you gonna do? Go shopping, of course. As you rush to the mall to splurge on some trinkets, think carefully about what you buy. Maybe in 20 years you'll be cashing them in for many times what you paid for them. I mean, what are you gonna stash away today, maybe bury in the backyard to be unearthed decades later that will make you a gazillionaire? Forget about groceries. After all, you're investing in a collectible that will make you rich. What will you buy now so that your future self will be sipping cocktails on the Riviera thanking the younger you? Speculate in the comments below. Until next time, keep an eye out for those vintage treasures.